intro? Do you want me to play a little tune on the guitar?
No, we have a preset one that's really bad.
Boom.
I'm gonna regret coming on this podcast, aren't I?
Possibly.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 102 cast. Today we have myself, Kyle Dolan.
Mike Shapiro.
Steve Picone.
And the other one.
Yay, guest.
Our
Hey!
first official guest.
Stevie,
Yes.
you don't need to know my last name.
There you go.
Ooh.
You act like they could pronounce it or spell it.
I mean, fair. Alright guys, for those of you who are new to the 102 cast, what we do every week is we have this big list of 102 movies, television shows,
There you go.
and anime that we all put together. I mean, all as in the three of us, not the guest.
Hi.
Yeah, just
17 good and 17 bad of respective titles, and what we do is each episode we'll spit out a random one of them and we have to watch. And this week's watch is none other than
The Queen of Blood.
which was on Mike's bad list.
Yes.
I feel
It's
like Mike should just always announce them. Good job.
Is it the
Oh,
other
thank
queen?
you.
The other Queen of the Damned is what I was thinking.
Yes, Queen of the Damned
Oh,
is the
I'm
Anne
like,
Rice
this sounds like Anne
vampire
Rice.
novel.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I had
I'm not
that
sure when
movie,
that came out or when that
2001?
novel was written.
1960s. Oh, sorry. The book? Or
Yes, the
Queen
book.
of Blood?
When was it?
The book was in like the mid-90s. Queen of the
Oh,
Damned.
okay, never mind. So maybe this is
Queen
that
of Blood
book.
is
from the 60s.
1966. Yes.
Okay, so perhaps this is taken from that. I don't know.
I feel like you're giving this movie a lot more credit than it deserves.
I'm not saying that this is going to be a good
Well,
movie.
have
This
you-
is on my bad list. Like,
Have
this
you
is
ever
probably
seen
gonna be-
Queen of the Damned? You're calling it good?
I don't know about anything that's happening.
It's not Interview with the Vampire, I'll tell you that. Like,
It's another film I haven't seen.
It's me either.
what the
Pretty
shit,
decent.
dude? Are we allowed to curse?
Yeah, you're fine.
Nice.
You're fine.
Alright, who wants to start off on our weeks?
Well, I mean, Stevie, you're our guest.
You want to start
Why
us
don't
off?
you
I
start
mean,
with the
if I
week.
start out with my week, there's a lot of context to my week. Like how 2 weeks ago my car was stolen in Austin, Texas, so I've been without
Ooh.
that. So my social life is like going pretty great right now, in case you were
Okay.
wondering.
So when you were in Texas, if
For a
I'm correct,
convention.
you were at a convention. Which convention were you at?
RTX.
RTX.
Still jealous.
Don't be. I mean, I met a lot of people, but most of the like, I met Adam Kovic and James Willems and Elise, but that was, like, for 5 seconds, and I think it was, like, the worst part of Adam's day, because it was just in the middle of the elevator, and he was really sick that day, and I'm like, don't mind me, just take the selfie. Shit.
Maybe he was the one that took your car. He's having a bad day. He
This
just goes out
bitch.
there.
What a twist.
This bitch, she's from Jersey. I see those plates.
Can you imagine, like, you're just listening to, like, a random, like, Let's Play or something he's on? It's
Oh
just
yeah, I
like,
stole this
yeah,
bitch's
stole
car.
It's his car, like, in a Jersey plate, and you're just like, that motherfucker!
I will literally sue.
I'm going back.
Either that or I'll be like, hey, can I have my car back now? I mean, I had a fun vacation, but yeah. So, start my week is just a continuation of that, of, hey, general manager, can I be put on the schedule? And then she's like, call me. She says this through another person, but anyway, it's just work being a piece of shit, and me watching a lot of movies because I have a lot of free time.
Perfect. What movies have you been
Well,
watching?
I watched the entirety of Stranger Things last night, all 8 episodes, and then today I watched Ghostbusters, which
The
I'll talk
new
about
one?
that later. Yes,
Yes.
the new one, to clarify.
Okay.
And then I plan on going to see Star Trek Beyond the Gay tomorrow. I hear it's called that because I don't know, it's gayer than usual, and I'm excited. As the
Okay.
resident,
Super
as the resident queer, it's
Mhm.
exciting for me.
All right. So I know, Kyle, Steve, you have not seen the new Ghostbusters, correct?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I have not either.
Okay.
But what I was gonna just ask,
Y'all
since
can
not
suck.
neither of us have, or none of us rather, have seen it. Stevie, would you recommend it for others to watch? You don't have to give away anything, but would you?
Yes.
Okay, so you
I'll
do.
leave it at that.
Despite all the, I guess,
Controversy?
flack and controversy that it was
The
getting.
controversy of a bunch of men saying, hey, this dude was just eye candy. I'm so fucking offended.
Oh no! I think the original offense was to it is originally it was just going to be almost a satire on the original Ghostbusters. At least what I had originally been informed on. I think that was the original offense to it when people didn't even really look into what it was.
Well, can I give spoilers that aren't actually spoilers? They're just like cool things that I noticed throughout the movie.
Just tread lightly.
Yeah.
Well, there's cameos in it. Can I talk about cameos?
I mean,
Don't say who,
yeah, don't
but
say
you can say
who,
that there
but
are cameos.
you're good there.
There's
Don't go any
multiple.
further.
And so I don't believe it's like full on satire. It is very like there are references that they make, especially the end credit scene, which I will not say a fucking thing about.
Mm-hmm.
But like they make subtle references to both sci-fi and Ghostbusters as a whole,
Okay.
which I really liked. But should I save this for? I don't want to say spoilers, but I do want to say spoilers.
I know it's very tempting, but just for all of us right now, because I am curious about it, and it is something I know they've actually rewritten half of the actual story itself multiple times when the actresses that were involved would leave. So maybe this is what it ended up as. Maybe it's a little bit of the original. They just said screw it and went with it. I don't know. I'm still very interested in seeing the film, just as someone who loved the old Ghostbusters, and I know it's something to not think of.
What
We'll
I'm
see this one.
upset with right now is
Mhm.
not the movie itself, but with how it's being treated, not even by the audience, but like literally, I went to the movie theater
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago and I tried to watch it at about 6 p.m. at night and it was sold out. Like, they're like, no, it's sold out. And I'm like, okay, that's understandable. They only have 2 theaters for it. They have 1 theater for it, and they'll either
Okay.
play it in 3D or standard.
Right.
It's in one matinee that has maybe like 40 seats in it, and they have 5 separate theaters all for Dory. And so people are like
Yo,
finding Dory.
The Door's a
Dory
good
was-
movie.
Okay, it's a good movie, but it's like people are like, why are the sales not doing that good? It's like a great movie. Sure, a lot of like dude bros hate it and a lot of neckbeards hate it because it's like, oh, it's so blah blah blah, sexist against men, blah blah, misandry. And I'm like, okay, you're a little insulted. I get that. I'm still gonna go fucking watch the thing, and I get there and it's playing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder why the sales are doing so bad. They only thought it was going to do so well that they put it in one matinee. Just one
Well,
matinee.
it could have even been that the sales initially on the Jump Go were.
It had 3 showings in that matinee that were just standard, and 3 showings that were in 3D. So they literally
Well, I can
would only
understand
play
that.
that 6 times a day.
That kind of frustration. But okay, so getting off of Ghostbusters, has there been anything else that you've watched recently, or
Oh, I'm gonna talk about Stranger Things in depth. Probably. Like, should we talk about that after the movie? Because it's kind of like horror filmy.
Well, I'd keep
I
it
also
short.
don't want to give spoilers.
Yeah,
again.
that's it. Maybe just a quick synopsis because we do got to get through everybody's weeks.
I will repeat until the day I die that I hate the 80s aesthetic, and I apologize to my parents every day for it, because I'm like, sorry you grew up in a shitty era where everything was like bad, like this in-between of pastel and saturated color,
Leather
and all of the
jackets.
collars were like huge, and your
Fonz.
hairstyles went like a foot in the air.
And hairspray.
Hairspray, so much
The
hairspray.
Fonz?
The Fonz.
80s?
Yeah, the Fonz. Leather
Fonz
jacket with the...
Wasn't it? That's what I
Yeah,
think
I
when I
always
think
associate
80s. I'm so bad with
Metal.
decades.
Anyway, people really
Old
love...
Yeller.
Jesus. Pretty in Pink.
Lawrence of Arabia,
Jesus.
Ben-Hur.
No, but, like, people really love it because it's, like, a throwback to the 80s films, and I kind of like that, but, like, as an actual story, it does, I will say, it's not even a spoiler, it's, like, mentioned in the first 5 minutes of the film, these kids are playing D&D, and I'm like, yo, this is a movie or a show for nerds, and I'm like, I'm into it, and I'm like, okay, I'm into the plot line. The characters are just kind of there. You have your few choice favorites, and then you realize that your choice favorites are hated by everybody else in the fan base.
Happens.
The kids
Yeah.
are cute.
Yeah.
The one kid has a lisp, and I'm like, yeah, that's the chunky kid from the Goonies. I like it.
Okay.
God, I haven't seen him in anything.
Okay.
No, it's not actually him, but it's like the kids are like a throwback to the Goonies.
Oh, so there's like an archetype.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds
But
interesting.
it's actual horror, fourth dimension type of shit.
So I'm guessing you're like giving the recommendation. Definitely check this out.
If you like the, I don't like the 80s, but I like 80s horror.
Okay.
If that
All right,
makes
so
sense.
if you like that part, that kind of niche right there, if that's your thing, go for it.
Niche.
Whatever.
Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
How do you enunciate this appropriately?
Overmints.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. How about your week, man?
Oh man, my week's been really uneventful.
Mhm.
I've been trying to think of stuff I've watched and not too much, but I did play a game called Inside, which is
Porno.
if you have if you have a PC and you're willing to pay like a little bit more than you should for a game that's only 4 hours, like it's like 20
It's like 20
bucks.
bucks,
Yeah,
All right.
it's a bit steep,
pricey.
but
That's not so bad. I mean, I paid about that much for Firewatch, and that was a gem. That was a joy to play.
if you know Limbo or
Yo, my French motherfuckers.
Same guy. Same people who made it, get this game. I will tell you nothing
Oh,
about
is that the one where you're Shadow? Or there's
Limbo.
a Shadow?
No, Limbo is all black and white.
Mhm.
This one's called Inside.
No, they're like in a city and there's something involving a shadow and a little girl.
No,
I'm
not
facing
this
the
one.
wrong way. Sorry, microphone.
But yeah, like I said, I can't say much. The ending sequence is probably the best thing I've seen in a video game in like years.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
and that's
High praise.
saying something.
That's very high praise. And after your recommendation of Bastion went a few years back,
Like this is like if you have a Steam account, play this game.
Okay.
Can I piggyback off of that just for 2 seconds?
Okay.
Literally in Ghostbusters, which I was just like finger gunning right there.
Uh-huh.
I never finger gunned more during a movie than during the Ghostbusters. Like every time I saw a cameo, I'm like do. Because I'm surrounded by like 13-year-olds who don't understand, so I have to be that guy. Also, ending sequences. During the credits, there's like an amazing dance sequence, and it's the most beautiful thing. Just if you like dance sequences, that's worth it. Go see the movie.
Just for that. All right. Well, that sounds.
Yeah, the only thing I have been watching, I don't know if I've ever mentioned Kamen Rider on this.
It's on one of your. I think it's on your list.
I
Yeah,
know you've
so
mentioned
a
it to
couple of
me
them are on
numerous
your list.
times.
If you know what that is, good on you. If you don't, you probably wouldn't be into it. If you liked Power Rangers way back when, and you ever wondered, hey, what would this be like with a bit more serious plot and just one, like Power Ranger? Like that's kind of what you get with this.
Is it animated or is it live action?
No, this is all live
Live
action,
action.
Japanese. It's kind of like superhero transforms, fights,
Okay.
like
Voltron.
no fights like no. There's no like big Megazord or anything like that. It's
Okay.
just like the part before they go in the Megazord. It's
Okay.
just like that the whole time.
Dirt bikes, man.
Yeah, no, a lot of bikes. Every rider has a bike, but
Is
That's
that
the
why it's
reason
called
he's
Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider.
yeah. So it's kind of like Doctor Who in like a sense where every season is like a completely different plot line with a different like common rider. And right now I'm watching Forza with a buddy. For those of you who know what I'm talking about,
Forza?
It's Forza.
Sorry, I'm just
it's
getting a little assaulted by a
spaceship
cat
themed.
right now.
Spaceship theme?
Yeah, it's spaceship themed, and it's supposed to be like a pseudo-American high school. The theme song literally says like, I eat hamburgers all day, having fun with my super meal. And it's like, yeah, it's like what you think Japan would think of American high school for media.
Mhm.
That's what this is. And it's
Awesome.
hilarious.
Oh man.
You have like the football-y jock guy who just gets mad and throws footballs at things. It's amazing. I can't recommend it more. That's it for my week, though. I'll pass the ball here.
All right. Well, yeah. Let me catch the imaginary ball here. Well.
No, this is a cat.
Oh, football. Oh, that's a cat. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We
are-
She straight up like snipped my ass in the middle of it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? I look behind me,
That's
it's a cat.
hysterical.
We are
But-
joined by Marcy today.
Yes. Hello, Marseille. Well, for my week, I really haven't watched many things that are
No.
like new. I would say I've watched, Futurama, some more Archer, for the
Good
most
shows,
part.
good shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I highly recommend them if no one's ever watched them
Marcy's
by
walking around with
chance.
the cord.
Cat's taking the cord. But what I have been doing is I downloaded Just Cause 2 now that my computer can actually properly run it.
Right.
And man,
Oh,
when
man.
you've had a stressful, long day It is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic.
Have you tried?
The ragdoll is so
like
much
where
fun.
you cracked your bone, I see that in sound.
Have you tried like whatever that hook thing, that hook shot?
The grapple hook?
The grapple hook. Have you tried grappling people to a plane and taking off?
Have you tried?
I have not.
Gotta do that.
I've done so many other things. I can't help but laugh. I love the ragdoll in it. In the very beginning, you're being chased by a bunch of people while you're supposed to be on top of a car. So I was having a hard time actually dealing with the vehicles. So what I was doing is I was grapple hooking the vehicles to like a telephone pole, and they were like getting ripped up in the air and flying over to like jetting over in a different direction. It was making me laugh.
My favorite thing with that game is you get a plane that's taking off, and you hook like one of the wings onto the ground. So when it gets to a point, it just does like a jackknife turn and smashes it on the ground. I'm like, yes.
I have to try this too.
What you?
It's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun. I'd recommend that game for people to check out. I've been playing some more Subnautica that still has me going in it, and
You have a problem.
I just found this area. It's
Admit
really
you have a
deep.
problem.
It's really deep.
I played it for like
And
15 minutes at
He's
RTX.
been playing it for 15 weeks.
Calm down there, kitty cat.
Yeah, I have about 20 hours in at least so far. I think 21 maybe at this point. There's a lot of content, and they're nowhere near done finished making the game. So I found this
Is it in
huge
beta?
skeleton. Yes, it's in.
Okay.
It's kind of
Early
like
access, right?
yeah, it's an early access title on Steam. So think of like an open beta. So right now
Oh, PC gamers get everything.
it's well, yeah, a little bit. That's why I like it. So it's something that is going to be about. I think they said about 10 times its current size. So there's already a huge amount of content.
You're already
there.
like not 1 pixel, but you're like one submarine that takes up maybe a 24th of your screen, and I'm just imagining like how big that world can be.
Oh yeah, because there's a bigger submarine, and then they have there's a exosuit they're working on right now that's not in the live gameplay yet, and a few other things. It's going to be really neat. I hope they keep up with introducing more species and all that good stuff. More giant monsters that come out of nowhere and scare the ever-loving hell out of you while you're playing when you hear it scream.
Hook.
It's also...
Hook.
You can also use the Oculus for this.
Oh,
boy.
geez.
And I would
No.
love to play it because you hear something screaming, a quick look around. I think it'd be terrifying and fun at the same time.
I would
Bump into walls
shit my
and-
pants.
Yeah, probably.
Just swim on the
Probably.
ground.
Like, weren't
Just
you?
swim on the carpet.
Oh, the one new thing that also happened this week, my friend has the 3D the virtual reality headset
Which one?
for a cell phone. It's one
Samsung S7 Edge.
something like that. Yes, I'm not sure what the
I have
actual
that.
piece is. It's not the phone.
No, it's
he
the
has-
headset. You hook your phone up and there.
Right. No, that's exactly what it is. You hook your phone in,
Yep.
and I went through the solar system in it, and it was really neat. I kind of flying through the solar system with it. Is what he had showed me. My little brother just bought it because he just got himself an S7 phone because he needed a new one and all that jazz. But it's really neat, and I look forward to all the new things that are going to come from the virtual reality and all the new games and everything. So, but that kind of wraps up most of my week in a nutshell. There really wasn't too much this week. Steve, how about your week?
Steve, how was your week?
I watched Howl's Moving Castle again.
Okay,
Again.
let's say Cat's going for the mic.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
Still good. It's still fun.
It's a
Still
good
good.
film,
Still
isn't
enjoy
it?
Yeah.
Favorite character?
Calcifer.
Damn straight. I would have been like, I'm sorry, you
Which
have
one's
to
the
go.
Scarecrow? That one was
That's
my
the
favorite.
prince.
Shows up, like,
That was the
the
prince
entire
that nobody
time.
remembers
Yeah.
the name of.
It gets
He
to
was
the
my
end, it's
favorite.
like, oh yeah, I
movie.
was a prince all along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I'm just
stop
gonna
this
hop on
crazy
this
war.
stick away.
I did watch one movie, but I'll talk about it after you're done, Steve. You go ahead. Let's hear more.
I mean,
of
it
you.
was yeah, it's fun. There's not a whole lot I can say about it. I like Miyazaki films, so
Mhm.
Everybody
That's
has
still
to
fun.
get on my level. Be quasi-employed and have a lot of free time so you can just binge watch Netflix and go to the movies at 2 p.m.
I just watched Spirit Away again. It's
Okay.
been a long time since I've seen it,
Pigs always freak me out.
and it's such a good film. I forgot about No Face and all that he does in that film.
he scared the shit out of me growing up.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Even when I was a kid, I loved Snowface. I was afraid of the pigs because I'm like, this
Those
is
two-
what a
those-
human looks like to other people.
A lot of stuff in Spirited Away scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
I never saw that film until in high school.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's where I started actually getting into anime.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Kyle?
If we're talking about Miyazaki films, there's something I need to tell you about the me and a friend figured out that is quite possibly made me enjoy Miyazaki films the most. So I'm sure you guys have seen Ponyo.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh
So you know Ponyo says adorable things and is adorable.
Gay.
So what you gotta do is do your best Christopher Walken impression to every Ponyo line, and it just makes the entire movie incredible. Get in the boat, Sosuke. I need more meat.
Jeez.
My sisters are guppies. We gotta get away from the guy in the boat.
We gotta
He's
get
my
away
dad.
from Liam Neeson over here. I can't do one because
Oh
I
no,
don't have those
mine's
vocal
terrible.
cords.
Like, don't get me wrong, that was like the worst impression ever made. But try it out on your own. It can be really fun.
Sounds like
And then
fun
apply it to other Miyazaki films.
So back to your week, Steve.
How's moving Calcifer? How's moving Calcifer?
Calcifer.
Tell me more about Calcifer.
That's okay. Tell us about it. Yeah,
You don't actually have to.
threw me off. Besides that, I watched. So I was at work on Sunday. I don't typically work Sundays, but I had to go in at work on Sunday. And I was in the lab by myself.
Sounds like a boring movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm in the lab by myself. And like, how can I make this more interesting?
Uh-oh.
So I figure I can get my movies from my computer to my phone or something. I can bring something in here so I can watch while I work. So I get The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. Which I don't know if I...
Is that the Liam Neeson one?
Okay.
That's not the Nolan fucking bastardization of Batman. It's
Dang. You
it's
feel so
a-
passionate.
Yeah,
Passionately.
I did not like Nolan's Batman's films that much at all. But no, this is one of the DC animated films that they made. It's based on the comic, which was written in like the 80s. So there's like a lot of stuff, a lot of like themes and stuff that are just from the 80s. Very, like Reagan's the president, at least in part 2. Reagan's the president. And
Oh, boy.
Dark
The
Knight
golden
Returns
years.
comes from, it starts with Batman's old now. And everybody's old.
Yeah, I remember
Superman's
that cartoon
old.
now.
Well, Superman's not
He
old
was
'cause
like
he's
in a wheelchair.
He's not in a wheelchair. It's not quite Batman Beyond. He's not.
I was
quite
thinking
that
of Batman Beyond that.
but he's older and he's given up the mantle because people have kind of gotten frustrated with vigilante justice and are like, we don't need you to be judge, jury, and executioner. Like we can handle it ourselves. But then, of course, the world goes to shit without Batman. It's this very super conservative rhetoric, and I don't want to get too political with it.
Right.
But that's actually what I was kind of getting to. When I first saw it, like 4 or 5 years ago when it came out, I was like, yeah, Batman coming in, beating people up. Like, he's bringing the law and all that stuff. And now I look at it and I'm like, I kind of see where they're coming from.
Shit, man.
Like, shit, Batman, just stay down.
Is that the one with Mark Hamill as the Joker then?
No, it's actually... Who's the Joker?
Nothing beats Mark Hamill as the
Nothing
Joker.
beats... He actually
I've
might...
never seen
I'm not
Mark
sure if
Hamill as
he's,
the Joker, and I know this.
I'm actually not sure if it is... Who does the Joker? Because the Joker doesn't show up till part 2. So I didn't actually watch the one that has the Joker in it yet.
Surprise! It's
I like
Travis
Jack
Willingham.
Nicholson as the Joker.
The
Plays
Joker...
absolutely.
Yeah, I like Jack Nicholson as the
He was
Joker.
one of my favorite personally.
Did you ever see... While we're on the subject of Mark Hamill, did you ever see...
Star
I
Wars.
can't
Yeah,
That's
did you
right.
ever see
No,
that?
that's
That low budget indie film?
He was... I can't remember the name of the damn character in The Flash, the series.
His name is The Flash.
Zoom?
No, it's not. He's not Zoom. It's like it's something like the Trickster. That's what it is. He's the Trickster.
The one with the question mark? Nope, that's
No,
the
that's
other
the
one.
Riddler.
That's the Riddler. Trickster is like he's a Flash villain. Nobody fucking knows who he is. But
Like
Mark
Captain
Hamill
Boomerang.
plays the Trickster, and he's basically who the Joker would be, like live action. I didn't recognize him when I saw him, but I was like, man, this guy's good at the Joker. He should just be the Joker. This is the same basic character. The Trickster, the Joker. They're basically the same like premise, the whole deal. He was really good as the Trickster. He's probably the best villain that they've had on the Flash, I think.
When I
Now
hear
I'm
the
derailed.
oh no, I interrupt a lot. I'm sorry. I also make that thing go wow. But I was thinking of The Flash and how every time I hear it, because I have my dad as a dad, I just think The Flash. Ah, He's so incredible.
Yeah,
And
the
I
movie.
just, like,
Yeah,
I'm just like, yeah,
Flash
man.
Flash Gordon is a.
Flash Gordon.
It's a good.
Because I was gonna say Flash Gordon's the character of the Flash. It's not. It's totally different. One's a football player, the other runs.
superhero.
All right, so I guess we'll get moving on to
Queen of Blood.
Queen of Blood.
My money's on
I'm
vampires.
fretting, honestly.
You're fretting. I think it's. Did you ever enjoy B horror films at all?
I mean, there was that one episode of that lost podcast that we won't talk about that I quite enjoyed with the car just disappearing. What was that one called? The vampire one we watched?
Oh, Vampires vs. Zombies.
Vampires vs. Zombies.
Oh my
Where the
God.
car just disappears and they never explain why the car disappeared.
Yeah.
steak out of it.
I forgot.
My
Oh,
money's
man.
still on
Fantastic
vampires, though.
What was the line from
Where's
Pork
Rachel?
chops and applesauce.
Pork chops?
Pork chops and
applesauce.
Just
from
completely
the
disregard
hills.
the fact that he just killed 2 people and there's dead bodies there. They don't
Mhm.
exist anymore.
No.
Do you guys ever plan on seeing Zombievers? Because there's one line in it that is like my favorite line out of any movie
I
anywhere.
think Zombievers might be on my bad list, actually.
Oh, so a not watch
Ooh.
list?
No,
No,
it's on a watch list.
on
It's
the
just
list.
this.
Okay.
This
So
is
it's a possibility.
Yeah.
So I won't say the line, but it's a beautiful line. And when you guys watch it, you have to text me because I will. It's also
Well, if we
featured in
remember, we'll try to
bloopers.
have you on.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will watch it again significantly more sober than I watched it the first time.
All right.
All right.
Let's get to watching, guys.
Alrighty.
See you guys in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Wait.
No, this is
Bye.
Gorged herself of fresh blood. She's a monster. We have a good supply of blood plasma with us. We'll use that to feed her.
And if we run out of plasma, Commander?
All right, guys, we're back from Queen of Blood, or Blood Queen.
I don't know if I call it a queen of anything at that point.
She's just an alien.
Yeah.
Vampire alien.
Vampire alien.
Is it
Vampire plant alien?
Naked. Kind
Likes
of.
to strip down
Technically,
and-
she wore a bodysuit.
And drink people's
Right.
blood.
Well, remember. Okay. First off, I thought this movie was in black and white, which it's not. So
Right.
We
it's
watched
been.
a totally different movie.
It's-
than what
no,
you thought
I-
it was.
When he in the very beginning is talking to all the other astronauts or whatever you want to call all of them, when he's addressing all of them, like I've seen that segment and a little bit of other pieces. For some reason, I had the memory that it was in black and white. Obviously, it was not. As well, I thought this was a little not so much of ass as it was. It was kind of really anticlimactic because everything started happening within the last 20 minutes of the
10.
film.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
20
when
minutes
we
is when
realized-
Yeah.
We realized, whoa, there are only 20 minutes left. Is anything happening?
Nope.
Touche.
You want this film? Literally watch the last 30 minutes. You need absolutely nothing else of this film.
Even
Yeah.
then, it's not.
They left
Except
a
the guy on Phobos.
Phobos. I can't believe they left a guy on Phobos.
They haven't
He's
talked
probably
to-
there, like, with his jars of dirt, just like, guys.
Poor
I guess.
Tony Barrett
Phobos
or whatever
too,
the
yeah.
fuck that character's name was. I couldn't understand what they were saying half the time. And
Yeah, no.
my honest to
The
God.
audio was mixed
The audio was
really
so weird.
badly. Like some characters come in and a lot quieter, and we have to boost up volume a lot. I don't know.
And that guy's
I
shirt.
guess I'll go next.
That.
I guess was that like your turn?
Well, it's
We're gonna
if,
go-
Oh, I
we'll
didn't
go
think
around.
turns
It'll
was
be
over
like
this.
the introduction to
the
everybody's
film, it's
jumping.
from the
Okay.
60s.
It's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Well, we
everybody's
just went through a real bad one. You know, it was on my bad list.
This is probably the worst movie I've watched in some time.
It's up there on mine. On like the shit films I've had to sit through.
You know,
Hills is still number 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I don't know
Birdemic
Hills.
is an hour and a half long. It took Caroline and I two nights to watch the whole thing.
You and I
We had to
both know.
stop halfway through and start up the next night because we couldn't take it anymore. We
You and I both know we would have stopped The Hills if we could have.
probably would have. Yeah, that's
I think it was 20 or
That's
30
absolutely
minutes in. I stopped it and I was like, we could just redo everything. Like we could redo the intro.
But then we remembered
and
the
everything.
curse.
Yeah.
If we did
Oh,
anything like
curse.
that. It would not go well.
Oh,
for
really?
someone.
You're all that type?
Listen.
Okay, so at one point we had...
No. I feel like we shouldn't explain.
Yeah,
the
no,
curse.
if we
should just
explain
say
it, it might
curse.
bleed over to this podcast, and I don't want that.
Yeah, it's
Touche.
just the curse. It's the curse.
Touche. Never mind.
All
Forget
right.
it.
So
Go ahead, Kyle.
I got problems. I got 99 problems, and all
And
of
this
them are in
movie
this
is
movie.
Moon America.
Oh yeah.
Moon America.
God, where to start? The style alone is like something that's really odd. Everyone's wearing like these snow jackets, like with this diamond print on it. It's
Puffy
just
jackets.
and like the first scene is
Them some
everyone
nice
walking in unison in the great distant year of 1990, where they have like this giant space facility and. Oh, we're definitely going to Mars. Oh, we got contacted by an alien and they fucked up getting here.
Yeah,
That's
on
the
Mars.
weirdest thing. Like, that's actually no. That's the thing I probably find most interesting about it. Is what would you do in that situation? All right, we got contacted alien life. Oh shit, they ran into Mars.
Gotta get that Uber though.
I guess we gotta go get them. Like,
They were also by chance close to when they predicted that we would land on the moon. Now you said that sometimes
that's
that's
really
kinda-
interesting.
You're
Steve
off.
found that.
because they said 20 years in the future is when it's supposed to take after the moon landing, and they said it was 1990, which would have been 1970, and the landing was
1969.
69. So they were
Summer
1 year
love,
off.
baby.
But go ahead, Kyle. Continue on your thoughts on the film.
I mean, what is there to
You
say?
said the lighting and
Oh my god. The lighting's awful, but that's a 60s movie. You know what? I'm going to give this film some credits.
okay.
You're wrong.
So, first thing, the alien stare. I think they actually did it pretty well for the time. Like, given like what they had. What they did is they get a real close up on the eyes and just like put little lights in the eyes to make them look like they glow, and they have like this awful noise. I mean,
Man,
the
I didn't
60s
really
were terrible
appreciate
with sound
that.
effects.
I didn't really appreciate that enough.
Yeah, like
And
they
I was
did
like, no,
something
This is the 60s. And I don't
interesting
really
with that, and like it definitely could tell if I was a kid and I didn't know any better. That shit would have been scary as shit.
Yeah. That's
I just realized I whispered. I said that shit would be scary as shit.
Just lean in real close to the microphone.
Yes.
Just
This is the ASMR. Yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus. This is what a bad movie does to us, folks. Getting a haircut.
I can. I'll pass the ball. I don't know
Snip,
what to say
bitch.
anymore.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
I don't.
He's just upset. He is very much upset. He's doing.
I
Yeah.
like how you started with the third
We already
person.
said it was very slow. There was like nothing. Just nothing happens.
Oh,
In the first hour of the movie, nothing happens.
yeah.
Nothing of import happens.
And they think
until
their
They don't even
spaceships
get
are
on
going to
the
be
ship
so
yet.
like spacious on the inside. Like they can
yeah,
have
they
a
get
kitchen.
a lot of stuff.
And,
I mean,
yeah.
like I guess it was 1966, and they didn't know really anything about space travel, but they have all of this space in their spaceship, and then there's like nothing on the walls. There's nothing anywhere. There's no like concern about having food or water or anything like that. They just seem to have everything they need, and then they occupy some of the wall space with just exercise equipment. Of all the things to put on the wall, like there's no.
I gotta
wish-
get my exercise.
I
in.
wish I could describe that verbally. What he
Yeah.
was doing.
there's
A pulley on the wall.
yeah the,
With
yeah
the
like
rubber.
those, what are those
Elastic
resistant
bands.
resistance bands.
Yeah.
But even though they didn't really know anything, this was also at around the same time as Star Trek, and Star Trek
Nailed it.
nailed it. Star Trek got what the future was going to be like in a lot of ways. Like
Theoretically.
we have automatic doors because of Star Trek. We have tablets because of Star Trek. We have all of this different technology now because Star Trek was imaginative and thought of doing stuff like that.
Right.
Whereas this was super unimaginative. They had a tape recorder on the fucking plane.
Hey,
They had a buzzer on the wall.
Elon Musk took a lot of notes from
That's
this.
true. They did get one thing right, and that was eventually in the future we would land rockets vertically,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I mean, I think it was just laziness on their part. They just didn't want to have to re-record
Just
a landing
reverse the
sequence.
footage, right?
Just take the takeoff footage, tilt it a little differently. And
I mean, I will admit, some of the scenes where they're like launching the rockets initially
the
to
special
Mars,
effects.
that can look kind of cool. I'm not really sure how they did that back in the time because you have a lot of practical effects there, which, like, with our eyes, we really can't decipher. A lot of miniatures, a lot of paint, a lot of light on paint.
Did you also notice how they shot 12 ships up to Mars?
Yeah, what?
And we only ever addressed two,
or
kind
three.
of, and it was
One
that
and a
the
half.
one
The one was
the
sent
one went-
after.
well, yeah, the
initial.
one went to the moon and then went, and another one went after the fact went to the moon, then went to Mars. Those are the two that are addressed. So the actual original 12, you never see or hear from at all, and they never
They're all-
address it.
You know,
We just assume
maybe they all
visually
went to
they
pick up the guy on
launched.
Phobos.
Yeah, right. They all went to go rescue the guy on
They were
Phobos.
all the other 11 ships were to get the one guy on Phobos.
Did you
It was their
also?
plan to leave him all along.
I also thought it was really funny how they had the light for when it was time to eat and sleep.
Sleep period.
Sleep.
Eating
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That's what life on a spaceship is going to be like in the future.
It was honestly
time.
just. It was honestly Metropolis meets Martian. Like, aesthetically, I mean, to me.
It was bad, but it was also on the stinker lists. That's where I'll defend on that in that regard.
Stinker list.
Yeah, it was. It was
Just
on my bad
sounds-
one,
That's bad.
and it was a bleeder.
So,
It didn't even bleed. There was no blood. Queen of Blood had no blood.
Actually, this is just like I know we talked about vampires versus zombies earlier. That's the same idea. Nothing happens in the first hour, and there are no vampires and no fucking zombies until the last 20 minutes, and then it's everybody's a vampire and everyone's a zombie for no reason.
I don't even know if I'd recommend this film to those people who like the old space films with
Don't.
ray guns and robots and
Well, there's
living
none
on
of
the
that
alien
even
planet.
in there. If you like just 60s movies, I could see someone being entertained by watching this in passing if it's on TV, not owning it or anything like that. You just do a sit down, you kind of watch, and then you forget about it having ever seen it in
Listen,
your life.
oh,
Did I even have a turn yet? I don't remember.
Not yet.
Okay, go. Continue. I'll
No,
say
that's-
during my turn.
That's kind of it, really. It's just something you see in passing and go. This is not something I would say, oh, hey, you see it on the shelf, go get it.
I disagree. I feel this isn't even in certain clubs they'll play old 60s movies on the wall sometimes. So it's happens in two clubs, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast.
right.
But it's this isn't even a movie that they would, because nothing fucking happens on the screen. You see a blank wall a good part of the time. They don't even
Yeah,
have
that's
technology. It's just a desk with a phone on the wrong side of the fucking desk. I'm gonna sit on this triangle because it's a triangle-shaped desk. And he's sitting on one side, but the phone's on the other side.
Yeah, they pull his
There's
phone
two
all the way
dudes-
across the room.
There's two
Yeah.
dudes on two sides.
And it's not even a phone,
And
it's
then
a
there's-
tape deck.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, when you were saying tricks of the eye with things like that, I could literally look at Mars and I'm like, nope, that's an inflated balloon with a red light behind it. Yup, that's it. That's all it is. And then what was the other one? They had glow sticks, dead glow sticks, I'll say, because they weren't alive, just wrapped around their head, and it looked like a scissor shoved through their head. You take the blades, you put it through the forehead because they had the pointy part, and then they had the circles on the back. That was it.
Yeah.
But there was, what was it? The dude's jacket. The dude's jacket that was basically Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat because it changed color within 5 shots. He just walked around the room and it went from purple to mauve to blue to white back to green. What? I don't fucking know.
And his name was Dr. Faraday, too.
Yeah, like I said, this movie wasted 80 minutes of what could have been a nap for me. It could have been a fucking nap. I said during it, I'm like, will you kill me if I take a nap right now?
Oh, I told you no, that's okay.
No, but Kyle slapped my leg and is like, don't do it. I'm like, calm down. I'm a guest. I deserve the best in life.
It's, now we all have another movie we can compare when you see a bad film. We're like, well, was it better than this?
At least it wasn't long.
I have to say, I did not
80
expect
minutes.
movies like this on any of our
Yeah, no.
This was like totally out of left field. I was like,
Somebody-
oh, the hills will never happen again now because we've got, we handpicked these.
So,
Somebody
Not knocking. Like,
Um,
I actually kind
what
of like that we
episode
got
number
one.
is this?
This is episode 5.
5.
I
I
believe.
think Hills was 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
Jesus.
4? A 4.
Just
Oh,
last
Maybe it was
time?
5. I
Maybe it
thought
was
maybe
3.
we'd hit them both at the same time, like both of our
I
stinkers.
always forget that we
It was
really
right
didn't do
after-
many episodes.
It was
did
right
8.
after Bindle
8.
Stiffs.
I didn't even see.
Bindle Stiffs was like
I
our
just
second
remembered
one.
another special
I
effect.
think Hills was our third.
Go ahead.
I just,
It was. Hills was our third one.
I just remembered another special effect. It was literally just a shot of the stars and somebody was like lighting a sprinkler, but they went to like the microfilm and they blacked over the part that was like where the sparks were coming from. So like they just like blacked over it and you could only see the sparks on the outside, and I'm like, I don't even know what's supposed to be happening in this shot. I just know I don't like it.
I'm uncomfortable and scared.
It's like half a firework. Only the ending half.
I also appreciated the sunbursts.
Oh,
That go
yeah.
pew pew pew,
Oh yeah.
and make little tink 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 noises on the spaceship.
The sun was shooting at them.
It's a solar flare. Put your helmet on. Put your double first helmet on.
And that one point where the dude's ears popped and she's like, take these pills.
Yeah, although he's like unconscious.
He can still chew while he's unconscious, Michael.
Okay.
He woke up and he's like, "Oh, pills." Okay.
Pills here.
Her boyfriend lives, that's all that matters, but somebody
That's all she cared
that
about.
somebody needs to get Mark Watney off of Phobos. I'm betting
the
there was
next
supposed
movie.
to be a sequel.
Yeah, sequel.
Oh, the planet is screwed.
They also credited the monster or the Queen of Blood as question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Florence Miller
Whatever,
or
yeah,
something
something like
as question mark?
We had a good laugh on
Dramatic
that.
pause.
Yeah.
It's very 60s.
You know what else is a good question mark?
The end?
No.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
we going to
'cause-
watch next week?
Well, I have
sequel.
replaced Queen of Blood.
Oh.
I've replaced it with a movie called. I have seen this one, and it's better than this.
Liar.
It's
But
still
still
bad.
I know.
It's called Barbed Wire.
Uh-oh.
I
No,
haven't
I
seen
don't know it.
Um,
Wait, is it called Barb Wire?
Yes.
Or Barb
Is this the one where it's like a... I haven't seen it, but I feel like I've read the description for it. It's like some, like a woman, like action hero type thing or
Yes.
something like that.
It is. Oh, God.
It
which
sounded
one was
fantastic.
she?
I think I have it.
She's a terrible, terrible actress. And it's. Yeah, it's okay. When we pull that one out, it'll be more entertaining than this one is. I
It would be
promise.
great
you.
if you comes
That's
out
at least
next.
a crappy action.
We really need to get off Mike's list. Like, I'm really hoping.
Oh, I got 3 in a row so
Yeah,
far.
right.
So yeah.
I just want to know, is this like barbed wire? Is this like roofs and roofs type of thing? Or did they purposely put barb as opposed to barbed wire?
It's purposely Barb, if
purposely.
I remember, because her name is
Okay.
Barb.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Barb. It's a play on it.
I think is it Pamela Anderson?
I
can't
think
remember.
it's somebody
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure it is. It's
I
one of
think it might
those
be Pamela.
real bimbo-y actors that are terrible, but it's not like The Hills where it's just a cameo. This is like the whole main actor.
She, she was the saving
actress.
grace of the Hills. Like, literally, that's how bad the Hills was, people.
Hilton.
Paris Hilton was the saving grace of the film.
And she was
Strongest
god-awful.
acting talent.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the Hills Have Eyes?
No, this is called The Hills,
With a
and
Z.
maybe we'll send you that file so you can watch it on your
No,
own.
it's on
'cause I'm not
Netflix.
going
Nope.
for that.
Netflix, you can-
Nah.
If you ever want to torture your friends,
Nope.
just put on the Hills.
I'll watch Zombievers again.
All right,
Roll the dice.
we gotta roll that die again.
All that beautiful.
Can
geek
I press the
footage.
button? Can the guest press the button?
Yes.
Sure.
Is it on this one?
Hold on.
You want to
hold
press Control R.
On. So hold control.
All right, now hold on. Wait.
Huh?
Thought we pause for effect. Wow! Don't do that.
No,
That
I'm actually
sounded-
pausing.
That sounded awful on the microphone.
No, I'm waiting until you all shut the fuck up and then I'm gonna do it. Like,
A moment of silence.
Oh.
Yes!
All right, Steve. What is it?
I am so excited about this. This is Andy Barker, PI. This is a very incredibly short-lived TV series from early 2000s. It stars Andy Richter, who's most well known as Conan's. He's like his co-host.
Yeah, okay.
Andy Richter is an accountant, a super do-goody accountant who becomes a private eye. Just kind of
I've
accidental.
seen this show.
Have you seen the whole thing?
No, I've seen the first episode. I remember it was on, like, I think around the time I was watching Heroes or something like that.
I think so. It was around.
It came
that same
on
time.
after or before or something like that, and I watched this. I'm like, wow, this is okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
feel like
surprised
this
it's
is one
on
of
your
those-
good list, though.
I feel like this is one of those criminally underrated shows that like just wasn't given the chance that it deserved because it had some solid.
I feel like it had a weird reference. Like, it would reference a lot of things or something.
It did. I mean, like I think even in the first episode there was a Slaughterhouse-5 reference.
Yeah.
That was just not even like, stop, Marceline.
She's going after that cord, man.
Not even like wasn't even like called out, or it was just like a subtle like it's in the background. Like they're at a slaughterhouse and they drop down like a warehouse gate and it says 5 on it. Like that's the reference to Slaughterhouse-5. Oh, I was actually really excited about putting this one on the list.
Hey, we got something on your list.
Right, it's not my list again.
Only-
This is gonna be fun.
If only
Can I just?
Only we get guys.
would come up on my list.
Can I?
Remember, this is only
We
his
did get
second.
Magi.
3
We
were
did do
mine.
Magi, but
Yeah, 3 have been mine, and now Steve's getting just his second.
Now, can I
So-
just say that I'm really glad that I won't have to be the guest for next week?
says who?
Fuck you. Call me when you have, like, Zombievers or Evil Dead. Well, we've all seen Evil Dead, but
Yeah.
like something that's on the good list that doesn't make me want to.
I would say I love
Die
how
from
our
the
first
description.
guest one is like our worst one.
You're welcome.
I'm
Your
very
worst
sorry.
guest. Hello. That's what I'm here for. The comedy.
I
and
think I might
watching.
also revise my bad list to double check that I have a better synopsis of things, of what's going on, because this was pretty much a shot in the dark for the most part. So
Yeah, so we'll probably make changes here and there, guys.
I might do it for the bad list. The good list, I have a real good feel of that.
Don't forget in the channel description, you guys can also look up this list. We make live changes. It's just a Google Doc. You'll see it on there. It'll be locked, so you guys can't add anything. But hey, guess what? You can email us suggestions at the102cast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your emails. Not that anyone has.
I'll send us in.
Calm down,
Yeah, right.
Debbie Downer. Shit. My
I
first
mean-
episode.
Listen,
You could email us.
listen.
He's such a sad panda.
Suggest
Surprise.
Zombievers.
It
I'm
should
not
already be on.
saying we'll read the first email live on the podcast. But
What
we'll
if I
probably
write
read
a
the first email.
really good email? You'll have to remind me because I'm gonna forget I was even on this fucking.
It's like the email that we had at work
Oh no.
that he is sending about, hello, my name is Brandon Tittles. And there's just a whole gag email that an old employee had sent in to our customer service area, and it was incredibly
quite funny.
Yes. So,
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll be signing up for now. We'll
Yeah.
see you next week with Andy Barker, PI.
woohoo!
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.